Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third game of the third round of the State Junior Championships pairs competition. You're going to join us here for Zone 9 versus Zone 5, which is Zone 9, Riley and Ethan Scott-Branagan. And in Zone 5, Bradley Farlow and Katie Astley. Now, we're familiar, I think, on this live stream most recently with Katie. She was at the Tri-State Series last week, and we're really looking forward to the last game here. Already some love here from the Branagans, for the Branagans, Scott-Branagans, and Jim Astley there. I think that's Katie's dad, if I remember correctly. I think we had a discussion last time about Rick. But it's joining me with a cringe on his face already is the famous Andrew Lynn.
I'll never let you down.
It's a fair chance I may give up on this commentary.
We should both be ashamed of ourselves. Anyway, we're underway.
Yeah,
so we're effectively a quarter-final. Both of these teams have won their opening clash against Zone 7. 19-8, a victory for Brad and Katie, whereas a 19-10 for Riley and Ethan. So the 2 shots difference in their margin really doesn't matter unless the game's a draw. So a draw is good enough for Brad and Katie, whereas a win gets Riley and Ethan through.
So there's lots of love for I'll say the features of the main feature that everyone's noticing from the Zone 9 lads, and that's their red hair, and everyone does love a ginger. Lots of calls for Big Red. I'm just wondering which one's the Big Red. Actually the players can hear us here, so I can't have to whisper it into my microphone.
We need one of the guys from my club that's got the Scottish accent so he can see it's a ginger.
I do enjoy that, but look at this set of bowls that's come down already. They're pretty used to playing on it now. This is their third game. And these evolves here from Ethan, just dropping into the back. And Riley with the green dynamics. Katie has the familiar pink Optimas, which we saw, as I said, in the Tri-State Series. There's a bowl comes shooting from the other side. Looks like Tom's had another smash.
Pink, I suppose. That's the best description I can come up with. But
She called them pink. I'm going to stick with that.
Apricot.
Yeah. Reminds me of a young Ben Glasson. What did a young Ben Glasson look like, Andrew?
A ginger.
He's a Hornsby King. All hail Big Red.
Wow.
Sitting down there, all the back bowls are big mob of catches there, and Riley's bowl sitting in the front. The Superman logo. Some swagger about these lads. I like to see that confidence. And Katie's got swagger too. She's looking over at me every time I say a word, so I've got to be quiet.
That'd be a new experience for you too, wouldn't it?
What? Good look
being
out,
quiet.
Girl. I've been quiet. God, burns everywhere.
Even from yourself.
Yeah. We love it. Where are they? He's just punched that one through into the back. And Brad has pushed that one out to the back and the side. Well covered at the back. Everyone at the moment, I'd suggest, would just be trying to rest on that little line of catching bowls at the back, which is even better. Rolls over, doesn't actually tap jack, but that's a fantastic bowl. Riley'd be pretty satisfied with that. Now Brad looking to come around the back and rest in amongst that, as I said before, and has as the third shot. And a bit of a task there for Katie now. Ethan just following his bowl down here a bit. As Vols will get some purchase and turn, and it's going to rest beautifully on Brad's bowl and lay down for a third shot. Big start here so far from the zone 9 lads. Cody's bowl coming down now, about to just, oh my God, has laid those two bowls out, split them beautifully, and has rested there for a shot. It's an absolutely remarkable bowl. Can put a bowl down, young Katie. So some risks to be taken here. If Ethan has a shot down his backhand, Katie's got two catches there as well. And coming down the other side, kicks it out sideways, and he's probably got more bowls there, more chance, but he's doing the backhand. He's lining up that way. Really nice form. Obviously well coached. Lots of interest in him. He's chasing it. Well, he's just put his head down there and let go. Great, perfect weight. Just cut across the head. Danger everywhere, as Brad is saying. You may have heard that through the mic.
Going to take it on.
Yeah, early ends is not much to lose. Down on the forehand. Looks a bit short. Looks like it's going to pull up a bit in front. Yeah, but plugging that hole nicely. Oh, not that it matters. It's one to the one to zone 5.
Pretty handy start for the game too. I mean, very loose opening end.
Was yeah, amazing. Actually, they were all, if they weren't sitting on jack, they were sitting just behind. It's keep that up. It's going to be a ripper of a game. We'll see how they go this way. And all the teams have struggled in this direction all day on this particular rink. Anyway, running a long end.
So Bowls New South Wales does pay a big special thanks to Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club for their ongoing support, sponsorship, partnership with Bowls New South Wales to present the New South Wales State Junior Championships, among other events.
Yeah, I love Warilla Bowls Club. It's one of my favourites. It's the first big club I ever visited, and always have a good experience here. Good food, good people.
We did miss a season or so due to COVID of state junior championships, but since 1997, the Warilla Bowls has been the home of the state junior championships. Proved to be a great relationship with the indoor green available for use, and very handy with the weather that we often experience in July, being windy or wet, cold. Does mean we can start a bit later and finish with the game starting at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I was about to say, how good is Bowls New South Wales bringing lawn bowls into prime time? Essentially, it's and great to be here to be able to do that.
And we had a late start for the day to allow people time to travel and settle in. And even if we had finished at 4 o'clock, 3 parts of the kids would be out having a roll-up anyway. Till they were not allowed to be in here anymore.
Yeah. So just looking through the teams, Bradley Farlow and Katie Astley are from Glenbrook, which is in Western Sydney, out near the Reef, out near Penrith.
Well, Glenbrook will claim their Blue Mountains more than Western Sydney.
Blue Mountains.
Although both have announced recently they've signed on with a couple of the bigger clubs in Sydney, with Katie off to Marylands.
With Tom.
And Brad Farlow's just been announced to be a Saint next year.
St John's, goodness me. So there we go, some Bowls royalty. That'll take him out of well, I was about to say the Riff. You're right, Glenbrook closer to Blaxland, I guess, than the Riff. And then Belrose, you'd almost call that North Shore, wouldn't you?
No.
No?
No.
What do we call that? It's it's west of Brookvale.
Northern suburbs, yes.
Northern suburbs, all right.
No, we'd call them the last off the green normally. But it's a bit of a waste. I do hope Billy's watching on overseas and he gets to hear that stir.
Where's that?
Belrose, what's our strong northern Sydney suburbs club?
I have a very close family member that lives near there in Lambie Heights. It's a lovely part of the world in the end.
Did travel to Forestville RSL for a meeting from the office one afternoon. Had to be there by about 6:30. We left the office about 4:30, thinking we'd get out and have a bite to eat before we started. No. We're talking with country clubs and they were saying, we've got 105 kilometres to travel to our pennant game. We said, how long does it take? About an hour. And we go, we left at 4:30 and got there at 6:15. That's 19 kilometres. And they wouldn't believe us.
Sounds about right. And another pretty good head here. I was saying earlier that teams have struggled in this direction. These guys seem to have found it pretty well. They are.
Well, compared to the first end, they have.
Yeah, they're
most of them within the old yardstick. Right?
Yeah, that's right. And but it is interesting. They're all coming down that forehand side, not the backhand. The backhand being the swoop, the hand that swoops late down the bottom.
Well, the other thing is, most players have the old theory that you always play, if you're on a ditch rink, you play the other side of the green, you play away from the ditch. Because most of the time, especially when I started playing, you started with a mat on the 2 metre mark and most people never moved it off it. So there was plenty of wear around that 2 metre mark and it did play quite differently.
Mm. Yeah, it was something I noticed at the AO and then at Foster was you could really see where the shiny bits were on the greens after a few days of use. And these greens here get a lot of use. There was people rolling up or playing social bowls on them this morning. When we turned up, it's not pretty unusual for a club to be playing that on the Monday morning, I'd say.
And again, you've got the indoor green, and what a perfect venue to have a game of social bowls.
Why would you not?
5 rinks turned up, pretty good too.
So it's hard to see there. They've left the jack pretty much alone in the end. Bowls at the back, I think, a holding shot. That's Brad's duos, XG duos there, the blue on blue.
Well, next door to us, the game between Zone 4 and Zone 16, it's a fairly simple equation for Zone 4. They've got to win by 9. Made a pretty good start on that. They're 7-0 up after 2 ends.
After 2 ends, yeah. Well, here comes Katie, looking to promote her own bowl here. Has done it magnificently. Oh, probably wanted another half roll just to lay it down, but one down called by Riley Scott-Branagan, and I love the way these boys talk to each other. They talk to each other like only brothers can. There's not as many polite words. Same as I do to my brother. No waffle. Just distinct orders. Yeah. Grunt. Which way? But wow, what a spectacular bowl here. And on to Jack. That's magnificent. Well, the direction was correct, and Ethan can play that shot beautifully. As we stand here at Warilla, there's crowds everywhere, the parents, grandparents and people, coaches, zone officials and whatnot. And we sit here on the side. You can actually see us in the camera view. You can see me standing there now. Just give you a wave. And next to us there are the match committee for the state juniors, all watching on intently. There's some competitions coming up that they've got to make selections for. And all of the best junior bowlers in the state are here right now.
We have seen a first there too. Wilkesy drinking Powerade. Gatorade, one of the two. I don't think he's really convinced about it.
He said he dodged it for years, but he's just had one as a blue one too. So the Marimbula lad down here looking at a lot of his charges actually, because a really good program down there at Marimbula and a lovely club at Club Sapphire. So on the live feed, it's going to be quiet there, guys. Give your favourite players a shout out. Let us know where you are, and like I said, these players do watch these back later on, and they'll see your comments come up, and all of the encouragement you give them. He played this pretty well again. It's all on weight here. Little slide off Katie. Oh, just stopped it.
Well, having a good look.
Yeah.
Stop, circle it. Stick the tape on it.
Doing the dance. One of our state squad members watching on here, Kate Carriage, told up at the AO was always called Cartwheels because she had a real propensity to doing cartwheels and was really good at it. I wonder if she still can. Absolutely lovely person, Kate.
Despite living on the south coast.
That's 2, I think. 2 to zone 9, despite Kate pardon, despite living on the south coast. She's a Huskisson club mate of mine now, and I'm so happy with that. That makes me very happy. Pretty strong little club we're building down there.
And if you don't do any good in the bowls, you just pop in and get a stick in a ball and go for a little quick 18 mini golf bowl.
That's it. They do the little mini golf there. She's very popular at Huskisson.
Great starter.
That's what we do when it rains. Scotty Matheson kicks us off and we all head over and play mini golf. That's a great shot there by Riley. That just sitting there. I've said this a million times. It's the smallest possible target sitting right in front of Jack, and we'll kick it around.
Look, in front too is often better than a back-resting toucher. Back-resting, you can see the Jack. It just makes that target that little bit easier.
Yeah, just that. It's just you can see it a little better because you're always aiming at Jack anyway. Aiming at someone's bowl is a harder thing to do. At draw weight anyway, I find. This is another good and a great follow-up. Look at that. And protected it too. That's a remarkable bowl.
Good thing for zone 5, though, is a little crack on the back of that bowl. Should push the Jack back.
Mm-hmm. And Brad sitting there waiting to catch it.
The important thing is not to play too aggressively to get that, because you start running through and
exactly right. And you start pushing too far and you work too hard. It's just
you start opening the door for your opponents to get a count on you.
That's it. Still just a foot past. Line-up is good. The leading foot standing slightly in front of the other one, the support foot. He's just pulled up short a bit there. A couple of metres. It's really nice sitting here, as we said, at Club Warilla, or Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club, with the dartboards all behind us and this wonderful platform. We're sitting as close to the rink as I think I've sat anywhere at a club. So we've got a really good view of this head.
Quite unusual for our streaming to be this close, I can tell you that.
Absolutely is. You can see that camera just there, and you can actually see on this how close we are. I pointed to that off screen. Let's try that again. That one. And a really good shot there again by Ethan. These Zone 9 boys are not messing around.
Sat in behind. Counts. May have even brought the front one in.
Mm.
Katie, well pointed.
Oh, that's a great shot. That's the second. Beautiful shot there by Katie. Absolutely magnificent. And required one too. Wasn't looking at, as we said, wasn't looking at moving Jack. Just knew at that point to rescue. Cut a couple out. Going down one's way better than going down multiples.
And the good thing for it too, it's just broadened up the target of that bowl.
Mm.
So she can play, Brad now, can play the forehand side. Just wants to get past that bowl, really. You're trying to draw to the wide at the back, but if you happen to touch your own, you're a chance just to turn it in and on.
Definitely. It gives them really good opportunities, and it cuts off that side actually for probably on a standard shot for the Zone 9 lads who have Riley's chosen to cover, which is a smart thing to do. Yep, and Katie, smart bowler, knows how to read ahead. Just saying, Brad, come through here just lightly. We got the defence connection really working today. We got another great Warilla bowler, Jamie Turner. He's on watching on as well. Bruce Goldsmith, another husky bowler. That's what we like to see. And Cody calling Brad down on his backhand here to go in to just rest on the other side of that of Riley's bowl.
Quite like that, actually. What you're trying to do there, you're just trying to get another one in.
Oh, whoosh.
Just give it a little push. But if you get a second shot, you make it really hard for your opponents. So Ethan, too, here, he can play just over the draw. Just gets a little click on his own bowl. Could roll Katie's bowl once or twice and bring these back one back in again. Can also just roll that up, stand it up, just touch the jack. That's exactly what he's looking at. Just to give that a little tap.
That's it. Hits his own bowler's going to roll Katie out a little bit there.
If he rolls the jack anything up to 10 centimetres, it'll be 2. Rolls it a metre, he's in trouble. But all he's trying to do is just draw to his own bowl, the white bowl at the back. Just enough to turn Katie's bowl, just to turn it over. And sitting on the running surface, so it flops down on the side. May well bring the back one in as well. Has he got the speed is the question.
This is the hard curve. It looks like he's just going to run into the front. Neither the grass nor the speed, but...
Well, I think that was actually the grass.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll take that back for what he's trying to do in cross there. I think Katie's got to really pay attention here. Look at all the Brad's bowls at the back and hers. I can't quite see Jack from here, but spitting Jack out pretty heavy is an advantage to them.
Well,
a huge shot to do it.
Needs to just play enough weight to go around the green bowl. Stand on the right edge of the mat.
Yeah, Barbara Green just pointing out that look at all the line of all these bowls. It's perfect. Yeah, everyone's got their grassy magnificent.
Draw with a good 1.5 metre of pace. So that if you do hit your own bowl right in the middle, you stay. Get the split. It rolls it onto the jack. The jack comes back 1 metre or more. You're holding 4, maybe 5.
Looks like a good amount of weight out of her hand. Just waiting to see if it crosses in, and it has.
Got the interest.
Oh, my God. That's the shot. Has cleaned it out beautifully. Didn't quite get past Brad's bowl at the back there, but probably has a shot. It certainly has the shot.
Without the contact, that's gone another 30 centimetres and holding 4.
Yep. Perfect shot by Katie. Magnificent. Well done.
So
and she's walking past with a smile on the face. It's
it's going to be an odd sensation for the players. They can hear some of the commentary. We do try to keep it down when they're on the mat at this end, but
and we get to make sure that they hear it too. If we're giving them compliments, it's good. Yeah, that was a fantastic shot. That's as good a shot as she could have played. That angle not perfect, but there's nothing she could have done about that. And if she hadn't hit Brad's bowl there, she may have been holding 5.
So for Ethan, needs to draw and doesn't want to give Katie the opportunity. So Katie's, at the moment, can play backhand and play to get that jack again. Just sneak it past her own with 30 centimetres. Got a chance to make 4 or 5. So Ethan wants to cut out that opportunity and get shot.
Here he comes. He's got this down pretty well.
Just going to run into the...
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
So we'll just talk a little quieter now. Katie's got to pick her shot. I don't know if she heard what we were saying. Shouldn't have.
Yeah, we won't tell her.
Shouldn't be paying any attention to it. A couple of relics anyway.
That's it.
Definitely a backhand draw. Toucher. Play with supreme confidence. I can't see her giving it away without playing a bad bowl.
It's got to be some... Well, as Val Febo said to me, it's got to be barring tragedy. She's doing okay. So no commentator's curse. There's a bit of a hush falls up and down this side of the rink.
Backhand draw just over. Even if you sit your own bowl, you're going to stay.
She's got such a nice regular delivery. Don't want to try to copy.
Oh, I think she's a bit
pacey.
quick.
Yeah, a bit pacey. 2 it is for Zone 5, and quite a remarkable shot to get that 2 as well. Well done, Katie Astley.
So it was probably a good miss
Oh, well, yeah, nice conservative
with
shot.
the last one.
Yeah.
So we can check the scores there. 3, 2 on 4. Zone 8, 6, 2 on 4. Over zone 12. Zone 10, 4 all on 4. The bane of my life here is someone's moved those chairs forward. I've got to skip rink 5 because that's the bye rink at the moment. And zone 4, 8. Zone 16, 3 after 4 ends.
Matthew Blackburn with some background here. Ethan's last year as a junior. Yeah, I do have that written down here. He's moving on, and Riley's at 14. There's a few left. And Ethan's hard work and performances have been rewarded with the Junior Golden Nugget invitation.
And you mean the prestigious tournament run by Tweed Heads?
Tweed Heads, yep, that's right. I saw the player list on that, and there was a few junior names there that I didn't quite recognise, actually, but good on them. That's for getting selected. Brad's bowl there was pretty good, but have a look at what Riley was able to drop in instead. Barbara saying, go out and fix the chairs, Andrew.
No, that would involve me moving.
Quite happy here in our chairs. We got the best view of the bowls in the whole place. And what an amazing set of games we've seen. So Sean Antrim. So that's Sean Antrim's telling me that's Big Red. So Riley's Big Red? I never got an answer on that one.
Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Tom over there is having another good crack at the bowls flying everywhere. Just remembering they need to win by 9 shots. So he's taking the opposition bowls out. It's a pretty good idea. Katie with that very neat, regular style. Down the swooping hand. Just looking to move that green one off again. Just
cold draw it
on Jack. I can't tell from here. It looks pretty loose and remarkably close.
I think she's just gone through. A little touch there, but I think it's the front one still shot.
It just isn't it amazing. Riley's put in the last 2 ends has dropped one right in front of Jack. It's certainly putting the pressure on zone 5 at that point. Here comes Ethan, don't make a mess, and he has. That gives the zone 5 bowlers a bit of a window and the shot, the advantage.
Well, I'll be disappointed with that one. But the good news for him is he was round about the right area and around about the right speed, just a little bit of both. Bowls finished in a reasonable home. Still got one in there. Don't need much correction on that. Still come down the forehand. Just drift on. A quick around the other sections. We'll have a look at the ladders. In section 1, zone 12, 2 wins plus 31. Well and truly ahead of the game there. We've got 2 teams with 1 win each, is zone 2 and zone 15. The zone 8 have had no wins and they won't win the section. Zone 2 playing zone 15, relying on Zone 8 to beat Zone 12 to set them up, but we'll need a massive result to get through. So Zone 12 in the driving seat in Section 1. Section 2, we have Zone 6, who won their opening game, up against Zone 10. That's 4-all there at the moment. Zone 10 are on -7. Zone 6 on +5. So Zone 10 need a 7-shot win to leapfrog to the top of the section. Zone 13 with a +2 after they played their 2 games. I can't see them getting through unless Zone 10 beat Zone 6 by 5 shots, which would bring 5 or 6 shots. That's the pretty much the only solution. Well, if Zone 10 beat by 5 or 6, they beat them by less than 3. Yeah, less than 3. There we go. That's it. That's the equation, less than 3. I'll just blather on for a little while, Lee. Section 3, we've already said, Zone 4 need to beat Zone 16 by 9. And Section 4, we have the 1-game winners here. The winner of this game will go through, or a draw will get Zone 5 through. So Jack's disappeared amongst that head there. Do you know where it is, Lee? Nope. No, it is in the middle between the white and red bowl, about a metre up the centre line. It's just on the centre line up from the red.
So we're going with pink.
Pink, apricot. Matty Blackburn says in the ditch.
Yeah, so you can see the marker.
Oh, and what I can see is the glow on the bowl. Yes, we can see the marker.
Right, bottom right-hand corner of screen.
Katie Astley has drawn the closest one on the green. I'm not sure if there's a bowl in the ditch. So the bowl on the centre line is roughly a metre, bit under.
Just needs to stop. It's going to go into the ditch, unfortunately.
It stopped.
It did, yes, that's right.
The ditch stops them every time, mate.
Don't get to count those ones, unfortunately.
Yeah, the albatross always says it'll stop. Sand gets them every time.
An albatross caught in the sand.
Yep.
Ethan following this one down intently. Once again, just needs to pull up on the edge. It's trying.
That'll do.
Well, I think it has, yes. Looks like it's going to stay there.
Be at least one.
What a great shot. Just the one. Great shot there by Ethan.
Oh.
Get the score updated. It's now 3 apiece.
As soon as I reopened, I went to open the window and clicked the close it. 0-1. 3-3.
Young Joe on stream there, cheering on the Belrose Calves. Hey Joe, hope you're going well.
It's a nice little joke on the fact that the Belrose Bulls,
the senior Bulls and the junior Calves.
Yep.
It was an incredible first few ends of this game. The standard has been exceptional. Very few short bowls. Each player giving their bowl a chance.
Nice tight
in
heads.
the game, yeah, my word, they've been. I commented just off air to a couple of the selectors here that the first 2 ends that these 4 juniors played were as good as any of the ends that were seen here during the pennant competition. That Warilla play their Grade 1 games on during the year. That they were exceptional first 2 ends, and it hasn't let up much since then.
Well, it's a loose end from Riley. He's 3 inches off the jack. He's absolutely nailed it with one of his first ones every end so far.
Can't ask for much more. Young Brad on a good track here as well, if it just runs the full trip. Another great shot.
And, yep, flopped it down, so that'll be the shot.
See in the background, Bradley's new coach is here. Checking out the new recruit on Mr. David Ferguson. David juggling duties between coaching and parenting. It's good to see this. Quite a number of established bowlers here in their respective positions within club and zone committees cheering on the players today. And what a thrill to have players of that calibre. As a junior, what an honour to have those players assisting you along the way. So things have really tightened up in the game next door as well. After a cracking start for Zone 4, the Zone 16 side are now 8 apiece. Things tighten right up there. As we look across the greens, with all 5 matches in action in this final session, there's no more than 2 shots in any of the games.
Oh, Katie Astley will play her forehand here. Ethan just underneath what he wanted. Katie can be positive to this. Wants to actually just be on the slightly tight side. Just lay Brad's bowl over. Or get the inside edge. Well, it's coming to a good home. Not going to count. Oh, Ethan's trying to bribe Riley. We have it on record that he said that if you trail this jack, we'll buy him a milkshake. So if he tries to weasel out, he'll be in trouble. What he's looking for, forehand draw, just to just drag that jack back 20 centimetres, 30 centimetres or so. Does that, they'll be holding 3. Would be happy to cut across and thump the shot bowl as well, but there goes that jack. And he's got it for 2. Covered it up. Katie getting Brad to play backhand. Just wants to get to that jack high position. Would love him to draw the shot round there, but trying not to get too tight. Another one in the head. Just going to run through.
Lots of comments coming through, Andrew, from our people watching the stream saying they don't want to come up against any of these juniors the way they're playing here. And easy to understand that. I think you and I are sitting here saying exactly the same thing.
Old age and treachery might overcome youth and skill. I doubt it, though.
At least we won't have to come up against them in this event.
No, I'm slightly past the age where I'm allowed to play in this now. I did, however, play in it. In the state junior singles, at least, the very first one.
Where was that held, right?
The final was at City Bowling Club.
Okay. What year of the 60s was that?
Oh, it was in the 80s. 1-1 Paul Weshy beat Kevin Walsh in the final. Rob Montorti was a semi-finalist, and Fred Ayub.
Okay.
Cam Curtis was knocked out in some of the closing stages. He did win his section.
He made up for it pretty well in
He won the
years
next
to follow.
Won the next 3.
Yeah. Change of hand here by Brad. Just looking to push up through the front.
Andrew
Makes
Grove
contact.
accounted for my campaign. Made it through my section, but Andrew Grove had a bit to say on the game. I had a lot more to say on the scoreboard than I did in the knockout round. Terry McCabe, I think it was, won the City Masters at City Bowling Club on the same day as the State Junior Singles Final.
So for those uninitiated, whereabouts in the city was that city club?
Next to St Mary's Cathedral. The aquatic centre's there now. The booze bus didn't do any favours to City Bowling Club. Was taken over and then wasn't successful. And the council, I think, owned the land and someone wanted a pool there, so would have been an ideal spot. City Masters used to be such a huge tournament.
Cody looking to place some weight here on a forehand. Trying to push through some of these bowls at the front to get a result. Just going to leave it out on the wide side. It's one of the tricky parts to this particular rink. It's a really wide drawing hand on the draw shot. Towards the centre line with weight, it just doesn't move as much as you would expect it to. Spot on there, Matt Blackburn, in your comment. I know it can always be tricky to see the dynamic works with family members playing together, but these two guys have started very positively. So just going to go past. Oh, just behind it. He's a little upset with himself there, but he shouldn't be too worried about that. Worst thing he could have done was land one just jack high and build up the target for Katie. She obviously did hope to open things up with a first, but now that she hasn't, has a choice to make. Whether she plays that same weight again or looks to try and draw the shot on the other side.
In zone 16 might have just taken a big step towards booking their place tomorrow morning. I think that was a 4. It's not on the board yet, but
okay, so from 7-0 down. 7-0 down, they're now 12-8 in front.
To be confirmed. So that won't be reflected in your ticker yet. We only report what's on the boards.
Katie, weight through the front. Just spins out. It's a good idea. Gave a bowl a real good chance there. Oh, you see the bowl really spinning away at the end. So it'll be 2 to zone 9. They now lead 5-3 after 5 ends.
Someone on our Facebook comments asking how many City Masters did the late great Bob King win? Oh, be lots.
And unfortunately, we don't have those particular records here, so maybe someone else who's watching along this evening may be able to give you the exact records there.
You will remember, though, Tomo said in his commentary when he was at one of our guests, Dave Thomas, that he watched Bobby play a match and he reeled off 21 consecutive singles to win a match. It's patience.
Very much so, isn't it?
I'm getting tired just thinking about it.
Probably speaks a lot to game style as well and how things have progressed with the straighter bowls. A far more aggressive attitude by a lot of the players now, that inclination just to build up the head and get second shot isn't as viewed as fondly as it may have once been. I know when I started, that was certainly a lot of the mantra, was limiting the damage, where more and more in the different formats and the shorter parts of the game that we see, it's all about getting shot. But in saying that, there does come a time where getting second shot over and over again isn't going to do you any good either.
There's a point where you get second shot 10 ends in a row, you've still dropped 10 shots. Do you remember skipping one night pennant game down here, and I played exceptionally well. I drew a second shot about 8 ends in a row. We were down a few, our opponents were playing really well, but I was still 8 down. Just couldn't get the shot, so...
Goes that way sometimes, doesn't it? Zone 12 also well on their way to winning their section. That's section 1 of this event. Billy Waite and Ryan Clem from Cabramatta with 2 strong wins. They've been 2 rounds, and they do lead their match currently. Andrew, you might be able to see the score. I think it's 11-6 after 8.
11-6 after 8. So 5 ends... 5 shots in front with 7 to go.
And I think they could afford to lose this game by 20 or so and still be well and truly comfortable. So
maybe not 20, but they, a narrow loss certainly wouldn't get the heart fluttering. It's very hard sometimes, though, when you come into a game knowing that you can lose. And that's something you may have heard myself and others talk about, that you just put that out of your mind and say, well, okay, I need to win this game to guarantee myself a passage. And you go in with that hard-fought attitude.
We've been speaking there, 2 fantastic bowls by the skips to start here at end number 6.
And the third one.
Oh, shot for shot here.
Spectacular. Gets a little round of applause.
Katie just checking the position of that last bowl. Always good to build up that mental picture in your head, just exactly where the bowls are situated. Can affect the weight that you play.
Pretty well pointed.
She's moved the jack through. A little unlucky. She didn't go with it.
Well, she
probably made 2 shots.
About an eighth of a bowl width.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Bousey. What about...
Matthew, if I was anywhere near your standard of dart throwing, I probably would. But I think even your good self would blitz the competition here on a Monday night here at Warilla. So perhaps when you're down here for UBC or any of the other events, mate, you might jump off the green and throw a few dollars in for the Monday night darts and have a go. We were at one of the state series last year, Andrew, at Moema. And Matt Bouse is a very well-respected darts player in the Newcastle region. There's a lot of top-grade events up there. And they happen to have some Australian qualifier and Australian Masters event at Moema. So us as a group went across and had a look at the event. And Matt Bouse made friends with one of the top-level Australian players who's been to the World Championships in the UK. And went out and had a throw of his darts on the practice board. And Matt Bouse's first throw was a 180.
Wow. 180!
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Bousey, I think it was Raymond Smith who just come off the back of must be a last 16 or a quarter-final appearance in the World Championships in the UK. I think he was quite happy to know that Bousey was there for the bowls and not the darts event.
Well, Bousey also a cricketer. Very handy batsman, I'm told.
Yeah, not sure how much he's playing now, but there was a time where he was opening the batting in grade cricket up there in Newcastle and scoring plenty of runs.
Probably can cook a barbecue too.
I've seen him with a few after-hours activities. Cooking a barbecue is not one of them.
Oh, Katie, still a couple down, I think.
Yeah, still a good shot there. Oh no, as we know, she went so close for the previous bowl. The guys here, Ethan and Rolly, just discussing about where they'd like this bowl to finish. Okay, so it's looking for a nice positional bowl here.
There's a little port there he can get through. Probably lucky he didn't get through it.
It seems to change some angles there though, hasn't it?
I think we'll be seeing a backhand solid onto her own.
Well, it gets their own bowl through the white. The jack could go to left of screen to where they do have a couple of bowls. Just like that.
Exactly like that.
Great shot.
I think that's
slightly fortunate to get the ricochet that it stayed in bounds, but now that it has, looks like
3.
1, 2, and 3 indeed.
There's 2 to play.
Terrific shot there by Katie. These are the tricky draws, though, aren't they? You've got that little bit of room. You know you're a few down.
Ethan just holding off while a thunderous drive goes down onto the adjacent rink. I think that would say that zone 16 were holding again.
Yeah, there's 1 to zone 16 there next door. So Ethan's last on the forehand, wanting it to pull up. Just going to run through. Don't think that's changed the count. Roger's going to have a look, and he does indicate he's still holding 3.
I'll just run through the other scores for you. Zone 2-5 leading zone 15-4 after 6 ends. Zone 8 trailing zone 12, 6-11 after 8. Zone 6 leading zone 10-11-5 after 8. And zone 16-13 leading zone 4, 8 after 8 ends.
Katie a bit heavy with that one, but played the important conversion shot with the previous. From 2 down to 3 up. And they reclaim the lead, 6 shots to 5 after 6 ends. I think you already mentioned it earlier, Andrew, but for those that are just tuning in, the game on screen, the winner will progress to the semi-finals tomorrow. The loser will bow out.
Yep. So hi everyone, Ben Crick's delighted to see you back from rushing off to eat a meal. This is a great club. They do a $10 steak and chips on a Monday night. It's hard to argue with that.
Can't beat that. We're doing a bit of rotation through the commentary this evening with the late finish. So Andrew's turn to go and get the $10 steak. How many do you think he'll take up, Ben, do you think?
It's a bloody good question. But
do you reckon he might double up?
Like I said, I nearly did. It was close. When I was being in rotation, rotating sports, I'm looking at the comments, and it's all about darts.
It's all happening here at Warilla. There was some intense card games going on.
Oh my God!
Inside the bowlers' lounge, and I went in for a meeting earlier on this afternoon. Darts, bowls.
Oh yeah, that's a bridge club in there. That's right.
But we can't get too far away from this
game.
Cracking game.
It's
been outstanding.
Geez, you're going slow on the ends. I was away for a bit and they're only done 6. That's
It's been some very, very tight heads. So plenty of assessment going on between the players before they play their bowls. There's different options to be thought of. But, I was mentioning with Andrew just a moment ago, the standard here incredibly high.
Incredibly high. It's a joy to watch. It's a real privilege to actually be able to sit here ringside and see it all, and up and down the rinks too. And
one for the purists here. There's been a lot of big weighted shots played on the draw and just overweight. Just very, metre and 2 on correction shots. Katie played one last time with a few metres of weight to good effect, but outside of that, just the draw, small trails of the jack.
Well, it's not like that next door where
plenty of big ones.
Tom Rich has been smashing the bowls everywhere. He's casually sitting on one of those comfy chairs now on the edge of the rink.
It's quite popular here, those chairs.
Katie just going to cut the head and crashing those front bowls at the moment. So over there, just thinking about that game, Zone 4 versus Zone 16. Zone 4 had to win by 9 shots and they were 7-0 up. 1 point, 13-8 down now.
So 7 ends to go. Zone 4 side, well, to win by 9, they're going to have to get to at least 22. That's what you've got to look at if you're in that situation. So 14 shots in 7 ends. It's been a while since I was at school, but 2 an end, get you home. Not easy to do, but you've got to hold out hope until you can't possibly get there.
Bowlers are like drummers, can count to 4 and repeat.
It's Katie sits on the back bowl.
Beautiful bowl. I was probably giving them 2.
It's enough for a shot, isn't it? Yeah, I think it'll count.
So her and Bradley sitting at the back there. I don't think that front bowl's in. I could probably walk over and have a look, but
I think the way things have been going, there'll be plenty inside that by the time this ends over.
Well, there you go straight away. Ethan just running around. Oh, it's just missed actually. I thought he was going to carry Jack through. But yeah, just scooting a bit. I had a comment earlier about nighttime bowls and how good it is to see it from Bruce Goldsmith, and I think I agree with you.
Absolutely. We don't get to do many sessions, do we, of an evening? Obviously, the vast majority of our events are held outdoors, and at this time of year, probably not too many places in New South Wales where we want to be outdoors at this time of night. We're 7:15 p.m. local time.
No, definitely not. And everyone inside here is in shorts and t-shirts, so it wouldn't be if we're outside, I can tell you.
No, but it's good, and obviously it's giving people the opportunity to watch at home. Those that have been at work during the day can tune in while they're having their evening meal. And
that's it. Bowls in prime time. It's and the viewership's really showing. It's the biggest lot of people watching that we've had, and I'm going to do the call out again and tell me where you are. Tell me why you're watching, and if you're new to the game, ask us any questions. We're pretty experienced at this, and we can answer most things. And if not, we'll make it up.
Oh, it was a good shot here.
Great shot.
Riley playing fantastic. Up and down for shot there. Katie just going in to have a look. We'll see if there's any signal. She's saying she might be just one down with that last bowl. You can see she's got her own bowl coming in. That's where she's called Brad on. Turn her own bowl or trial the jack himself.
It's a fairly big window there to drop in through, or to, and bash on the inside of the green bowl and sit, or move Katie's in a little bit more. He's just got to have the grass here, and if this holds, he probably did have the weight. He didn't want his own bowl roll out.
Slightly trickier to get in. I think we'll see a change of hands here now from the zone 9 combination. Yep. There's a signal. Plenty of bowls to work off.
Mark Allman there watching from Bega, supporting zone 7. I'm looking up. I don't think zone 7 are playing at the far rink. Is that right?
They're in a bye.
Bye, that's
session
right.
at
Sorry,
the
it's
moment.
just yep.
Zone 7. They've played 2 matches already today. We're going to work in off the wide. We have. Well, that'll pretty well guarantee shot if it wasn't already.
That's it. That takes out any kind of measure. All to do here now for Katie. Karen Cortez there from Blacktown, watching from saying go zone 5.
Interesting situation here. You can see the green and white bowls belonging to the zone 9 combination. So they would hold 4 of the 5 closest bowls to the jack. So whatever Katie decides to do is she must be careful not to remove that pink bowl.
Got to be incredibly careful not to move herself out. Moving herself in helps. And Bradley's bowl there on the right wing might come into play as well.
I think it'd be a shot just around the front. We're in a tricky position, as you mentioned with Andrew earlier, of sitting here ringside trying to provide everyone at home with some comments about what we think might happen, and also being mindful not to be too loud and possibly give anything away to the players on the green.
That's right. We're not here to coach. They do have coaches. The juniors are allowed to have one.
So Katie on her forehand. So when we see the view of the head here in a moment, she's just trying to draw up and touch her own bowl in. She only needs to move half the width of a bowl.
She's got some weight on this. Under, hits the green one. Oh, wow. She's cleaned it out enough probably for shot. That's not
brave
what I
attempt
expected
and well
to see.
played, yeah.
Just that metre through again, like you said. No big bash, just enough to thump it through.
So what she has done is left a similar shot for Ethan on the other hand now. 3 or 4 second shots here. He can find the shot bowl.
Quick. Oh, he smashed well.
It's a bit wide, but he does still have second, third and fourth here with the green.
Yeah, he left Brad's out on the side there, so it's not out of bounds by the looks. I thought he was going to pick it up, but he didn't. Katie's is the only one left in the head.
So she's coming down to see where she needs to draw to make another. Holding one at the moment.
So they're having a look. Maddie McGowan from ICU at Hornsby Hospital. I hope you're not in any serious state, mate, but go zone 9 and the Branagan boys. And
I'll leave the next one for you, Ben, there.
Amy
pronunciations
from Krugersdorp in South Africa. I like that. That's enjoy the coverage. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that, mate. And
it's mid-morning over there, I assume. I think they're about 9 hours behind where we are, so probably a little after 10 a.m. I think.
I was going to say I couldn't tell you at the moment. Tom Crockford watching from the other side of the green.
It's all happening here behind us.
Yeah, it's getting noisy.
Quite a lot of darts players in this evening. A bit of reshuffling of tables and bags and that behind where we're sitting.
They're a good-looking mob.
Hopefully we're safe where we are, I think. So coverage all the way through for at least the next hour or so until the conclusion of this game.
We'll watch to the end. And Katie's shot now. She's lining up on her forehand again.
Yeah, just looking to draw around Brad's front blue one here. Anywhere near her own We go very close to beating the count.
Ball just runs past our commentary position here. Down, I don't know about the weight, but I've been wrong before.
It's
Just
okay, just
driving.
going to turn, yeah.
Look, it's close to the head. I think she'll be pretty happy in the end.
So Ethan, as I said, definitely second and third at the moment. He'll try and find that gap again at the front. Almost showed his intentions with that last one, what weight he's going to play. And get the bowl out clean, and get at least 2, possibly 3.
It's good to see Dillis Kinleysides on the broadcast as well. I'm glad she's here. It shows that some of us that work in bowls just can't get enough of it either.
No, absolutely. So, Dillis, huge supporter. I know in the time since we've both been working relatively recently with the team, that Dillis loves to get to the events and see what's happening with all the combinations of events that we have.
And helps out with us, with the commentators. But that's 1 to zone 5.
Yeah, terrific conversion once again there by Katie. That's 2 ends in a row now.
I guess that means I better put the scores up.
So, consecutive ends. Katie's gone to the mat to play her last 2 bowls. The end prior to this, she was 2 down and made 3. And 1 down and turned it into a shot for herself. Huge turnaround.
Massive is right. There are... Yeah, massive event. I'm just going to speak a little bit quietly as Brad delivers here. Yeah.
You think of that, that's 7 shots she's turned around. In a game where we're oh so close here at 7 shots to 5.
I'm more than happy for her to be my skipper and rescuing ends like that. That's... And Ray's watching from home. Rowan Black, she was here serving lunch to the guys today. Amazing lady and a stalwart of Zone 16.
Did a great job. Unfortunately, a couple of the staff were off sick here today, so she was asked last minute to come in and help out, and she was more than happy to. One of the many members here at Warilla who love having the junior event here every year. I know when the list goes up to find markers for the singles events, the places fill up really quickly. A lot of the team happy to come and mark games and watch the future stars of our sport.
And Jaden Shorter there saying, just come on, Zone 5. Exactly right. It's really good. I keep harping on this. These guys really do watch the replays of this, and their coaches do, and the New South Wales team do, and they can really see you if you're putting in support there for them, and I really appreciate it. They all mention it. And Steve Byrne again from Dunedin, New Zealand. It's getting late over there, but a bit of a bowl's tragic, so I get it. I'd be up watching too.
Hopefully there's not too much background noise you can hear with the people behind us. I wonder if they're all here for the darts, Ben, or maybe the $10 steak special.
$10 steak, maybe a bit of both. Look at some fit-looking gents out behind us too.
Katie's one close. Yeah, just working away into the head there again.
I'm going to just give a shout-out to Riley here. I went away for a bit, but I haven't seen him doing much wrong with his lead bowls at all. He's putting one close there every single time. John Lindsay, how are the Zone 2 team going?
Zone 2, I can tell you the board will be updated. If you can bear with us just a moment or two, the skip's just about to change that board, John. So if you can hold off for another 60 seconds or so, well, actually, it might be a fraction longer. They've just called the umpire to do a measure. So I'll give you what it is at the moment. From what we can see, it's Zone 2 leading Zone 15 6 shots to 4 after 7 ends. But that will
Katie's
change.
just bashed herself in a little bit more. Not quite for the shot. Things have moved around a bit down there, but Andy's asking what What ages are the juniors? What is the minimum age is my question. So now we've got a 12-year-old here.
I don't believe that there is a minimum age. It's whatever is allowable in your club's constitution.
There you go.
I'm happy to be corrected, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. I know when I started many years ago, you had to be 10, but I think that's gone now, and there would be plenty of younger ones than what we see here today who have tried to qualify through their own zone and have plenty more campaigns left in them.
I have seen a news thing about an 18-year-old, but the Andy, the eldest is 17. Once they turn 18, they push on into, there's an under 25s category, I think. But yeah, juniors are just mostly from birth up. If they can hold a bowl, they can play in this. If they can qualify.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of these players feature here regularly and have been over the last few years, but each and every year you're going to get those players who turn up for their first chance. Some might get one and only opportunity, depending on the strength of their zone and the number of players they have to beat to try and make their way through.
Exactly right, and the coaching programs within them. I know some are stronger than others. I'll speak just highly as I can about Marumbula and what Wilkesy does down there. And obviously Orange has got something going on.
Yeah, Dubbo very, very strong in the juniors. Have been for quite a number of years now. That the team, specifically at West Dubbo, have put a lot of time and effort into making that junior program nice and strong. And we saw one of their players, our previous coverage, young Zach.
Young Zach, that's it.
There's this one coming down. Well, turn Katie's bowl around the front. That's going to be enough for a shot. Once again, just that small weight conversion. Absolutely perfect. 1 full roll. So Riley, an opportunity to play something similar. The front blue onto his own. Oh, just doesn't quite get it with enough speed. Fantastic effort. Yeah, Brad just turned Katie's bowl in for shot with his last.
Yeah, what would you do with I'm trying to decide what I'd do there if I was Katie. They've already got coverage there at the back. Yeah. I can't see much of a draw on.
If it was me, as Katie comes past, I'd be on this back end. The green bowl looks about 15 to 20 centimetres away. That'd be the one to try and beat. About Jack High. Yeah, trying to beat that.
Rest it.
Nice visual target. Yeah, correct.
That's what she's playing for by the looks.
Yeah, I think so. A reasonable line too here.
So it's a slightly wider hand down on this ring. Oh, if she sits, she's just missed. That's a remarkable play by young Katie, just to sneak through that gap. But yeah, just looking to rest on that green bowl and nearly succeeded.
Yeah, I won't be too disappointed where it's finished. As you said, another one just in behind the jack there. So Ethan with his first, maybe trying to play the blue onto the green, onto the pink. Nice billiard shot.
Pinball around.
Maybe just outside the line, I think, with this one.
Yeah, he called it, but it looks like he's got a chance. No, just hit it too square.
He does have another one to come, so he can make a correction from that if the same shot's still there, depending on where Katie's last bowl finishes. Sorry, John, I did promise you an update of that score for Zone 2. Unfortunately, after that umpire's measures, the skips haven't turned over the board for us. So
it hasn't updated.
I can't give you anything further from where it was. So we'll bring you those scores as soon as I have more information for you.
Yeah, it looks like Katie aiming at that green bowl again, just pulling up a little short by the looks.
It's interesting. It's changed. It's fallen right in front of the bowl that Ethan was trying to hit. So smart play. He's put the bowl on the mat, walking down to have a look, just to assess his options. The trouble being, if he can find a way onto the pink shot bowl, it will go onto the jack, and it's not going to favour him very well at all. So whether he may even try the draw off that jack high bowl.
So yeah, he's had a really good look, guys. He'll get a bit of a startlement as Tom's had another big crack, punching holes in the backboard over there. Marking up his nice new bowls.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay, that's big weight here from Ethan as well. What connections are you going to find? Oh, he's just got that one bowl out on its own.
That moved a long way on that hand at that weight. I'm a little unexpected at that point.
So it's another single shot for Zone 5. That fantastic fourth bowl there by Bradley. Done enough to make shot, and they continue this little run.
Yeah, pretty
5-3 down.
Yeah, pretty good team. If one of them's not in, the other one is. They're putting it to the lads, putting the pressure on Zone 9 very heavily.
Next door, I can tell you that it's now Zone 16-15, leading Zone 4-10 after 11 ends. Remembering that Zone 16 can lose this match by 8 and still get through. So 5-shot lead with 4 to go. In a very strong position. There's a fantastic opener there by Brad. Both these Zone 5 players still representing Zone 5, which they qualified for in the 22-23 season. And if you've just joined us, we did mention earlier on in the coverage that they've both been snapped up by metropolitan clubs, with Katie Astley off to Marylands and Brad Farrow to St John's Park. So big things ahead for those two players at their new clubs, whatever they did make their way through by winning the Zone 5 championship. So that's who they are here representing this week. And they'll commence their commitments with their new club at the conclusion of these events.
So I'm just going to update the ticker. Is that has Zone 2 played 8 ends? Can you see that board better than me? That's good news. We could just slightly different angles here. And those chairs that Andrew was talking about, all of a sudden I understand.
Another fantastic bowl by Riley. 3 out of 4 bowls there within 20-25 centimetres of the jack.
Yeah, he's just...
And the other one passed. Can't ask for much more than that. Either be in and around the jack or behind.
It's just phenomenal lead bowling. Just you can't ask for anything else as a skipper.
The weight control here's been absolutely first class. Andy Selby in the comments, international juniors. There are different junior series that get played. More so over recent times, it's been a Trans-Tasman matches, so just Australia and New Zealand. I know there's other events like Youth Commonwealth Games. I like it at the major international level, but Katie Astley, brilliant bowl.
She's having some kind of game.
It's a held shot anyway, but she's made it even closer. Got a little touch herself. Just closed off the opportunity there.
I hope her dad's still watching, because he's got a lot to be proud of right now, I can assure you.
Oh, you're right there, Matt. The zone 9 pair is still well and truly in this. Only 3 behind with 7 to go. One big end can certainly change it. They just need to get off this 5 that they're on at the moment. Potentially change the position of the Jack and Matt.
No.
Oh, it's Katie. 2 fantastic shots. Another toucher. Made at least 2.
Just amazing. It's hard to... oh yeah, baby, Jim Astley says. It's hard to fathom sometimes how just the spatial ability to see that distance and be that precise. It's just absolutely remarkable.
There's Ethan. Can he move the Jack? Wow,
he did move it.
He did. He got a toucher. That's a good shot, though. They're building up a little collection of bowls past the Jack. So not shot currently, but it's time for the Zone 5 side to think about where they position these bowls. They hold shots. They need to look for some cover.
Yeah, they've got the advantage on the scoreboard. They're holding 2, so I think cover is the right decision here. But, they're very, very back bowls. They're obviously owned by Zone 9, and that's a pretty big target.
Absolutely. This could be shaping up as a really crucial end in the context of this match. Zone 5 hold on to and even build up shots around the Jack.
That's right, and we are playing 15 ends, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 pairs.
The Richie Benno pairs.
The Richie Benno pairs in format, I like that. And Jacks dead ends are replayed, so they do mark touches, Les, and Brad did get down and mark that one. So I can see the green line on that bowl from here. It's using a green texture. I think we're trying to move away from that stuff, aren't we? We're trying to use the chalk sprays.
I see Brad's first one, just short, and it's been collected there by Riley, so out of the way now. Really crucial for Brad to pass the Jack with this one. Doesn't matter if he's as far back as those back 2 bowls. He has passed. It'll finish in a handy spot. Gets a nice round of applause there from his skip.
It's going to be tough for him to move Jack to straight back. It's likely to push out to the side there. So Brad's bowl may have an impact in the end if Jack does move.
So just needs to run it out. He's taking a little bit of weight off with this one. That weight's going to just pull up short. So the target's still open though.
It's not in the way. If you have to find a consolation out of that, he's out of the way. So tomorrow morning at 9:45 approximately, we'll be starting the pairs semi-finals.
Yeah, we don't know exactly which semi we'll stream. We'll probably make a decision on that in the morning.
Yep.
Which of those 2 semi-finals it will be.
And then the pairs final at 1 o'clock, and then we have the singles beginning. and Tom Rich gets another run on the TV ring. He loves it.
Is that right? He's on tomorrow afternoon. Who's his opposition there?
Jacob Aitken.
Okay, well those 2 are actually playing against each other now in the pairs, round 3 of the pairs. So
unreal. Well, they know each other's bowls pretty well anyway.
That should be a cracking game. Yep. So no rest for these players here. We finish the pairs competition early afternoon, and then those that are playing singles back up with round 1 later in the afternoon tomorrow.
And Katie's coming down. This looks like good weight again.
Yeah, she just needs to be careful. Doesn't want too much of the Jack.
She's got none of
it. Found the other side of that hole.
He's just clogging up that area there. That's, goodness me. The display of bowling here is just absolutely beautiful.
It's insane. Okay, we're going to get a scatter on. Oh, well, he found the gap.
And the hole. It's, oh my goodness. I can't believe he found that hole. He's playing that shot really well. And it's a smart ball.
Still got two. If I was in the zone 5 position, I'd be really getting to the back of the rink now.
Yeah, Brad's just putting his foot there at the back.
He's indicated the weight he wants to play. So zone 9 with the 2 back bowls. I think you'll see Katie coming right around the pack at the front. Try and get somewhere near the ditch herself. Limit the damage if Ethan does move that jack through.
Oh, it hasn't made it.
Well, got caught up off the front.
Ended up getting back anyway. It probably improved it a little bit.
Well, it may have just taken that blue bowl that you mentioned earlier on in the head that was sort of stopping the jack going straight back has been moved out of the way now. So
there's a real channel there now, isn't there?
Absolutely. If Ethan can get the centre of this jack all the way to the back of the rink. Just checking how many down he is, but I think the shot's... he has to play that weighted bowl again.
He's got to go. He's got to do it.
I think he's just committed to it himself before he stepped onto the mat.
It's no good having 2 shots in your mind.
No, it is firm.
It's not overly firm. He hasn't thrown it real hard, but it looks good to there.
Oh, it's close too. Just needs to move a fraction. Well, he's taken one of the shots out anyway, so he's reduced the count. An interesting one here to have a look at because they can't really move that.
We rolled that
bowl
green one down
without that falling in.
Yeah, that green one definitely rolled down. I'd be calling it. Oh, they've called one down. I think there's a lesson of what not to do in the head. Don't move a bowl that's resting on another one, is rolls down and changes the position.
Yeah, well, Brad would have been quite within his rights to stand that bowl back up.
Yeah, I think I would have been having a little argument, to be honest. Welcome back, Andrew. How was your meal?
Very good.
Oh, you've come back with a milkshake. I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea.
Yep. The steak special, excellent here at Warilla. Lee's going to get one incinerated.
Yeah, John Lindsay saying call the umpire. I would have probably done that myself at that point. Just clarify the rule and have them stand there and make sure that you're doing everything right.
Well, actually, I wouldn't have needed to call the umpire because I carry wedges in my pocket.
Yeah, me too. I've got my little wedges that always sit there. Andy Selby saying they're building and reading their head is fantastic to see. Brilliant for one so young. Absolutely, it's brilliant for anyone. They're some of these guys are wise. We saw in the last game, I think in the last 2 ends, some probably questionable reading of the head. But not in this game so far. And once again, Scott-Branagan has dropped into one of the best lead bowls. He's just having some kind of lead game. He's amazing.
Bradley probably a little unlucky to run into his own bowl then. If he'd just missed that one, I think he would have run onto the jack.
So just updated that score, and I'll go through and I'll go around there and adjust the other scores for everyone watching at the moment. Not much movement actually on them, so I might leave it there and give it another 10 minutes and we'll go around. But Katie just rubbing some chalk off a bowl. It's a shame. And Just running around there, trying to get to that back green bowls. Left it a bit short. And here comes Ethan all of a sudden with those big white arrow evolves. Looks good to there, through that little gap, and will sit right next to Jack. Fantastic draw bowling. Both brothers here just putting on display on this end. Real look of focus, Katie, as she delivered that one. Needs to make up a little bit of ground. Well, last one was short. It's got a bend now. Not coming round. And her back bowl's an important one. Played a little bit to arrive and push through. Needed to move those through, which is a really good option. Ethan's bowl is almost a carbon copy of his first, sitting down and rolling. They're holding three there and have a really strong, advantageous position in a game that's, I think there's 4 shots in it. They haven't updated the board there, but that's 9-5 on 9 is correct. And they played a 15, so there's 6 ends to go.
Correct.
That's good math. So I was updating another board while I was looking at it. And Brad's bowl needs to turn. Really wanting it to turn. Hasn't. Actually blocked up that little gap a little bit. It's going to make it a bit harder. And immediate change of hand there from the zone 9 lads. Can't see much of a channel there for a draw. I think a firm shot for Brad onto his own may be the only one. But no problems here for Riley. Look at this. Just popping in there, sitting back a bit. May even be in the count.
I think we'll be seeing the last end on the adjacent rink. 16 and 4. 16 with 2 ends left to play, a 5 in front. And Zone 4 need to win that by 9 or more. So they'd have to pick up a 4 at least on this end for there to be any chance at all. So once it gets to mathematically impossible to change the outcome of the section, they're allowed to call it quits.
That's a really good shot there by, there's no need for points, there's no aggregates left. A really good shot there by Brad, just moving it around in the head there and giving Katie a chance on that side. Right now one to use there for Ethan. You talk about bowlers not being able to get enough of this. Lee's run off to dinner, and then I've just seen his name pop up, and he's watching the end, watching the game as well. Maybe while he's waiting for that steak.
Waiting for them to fire up the incinerator.
Is he a well done man, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Order the chicken, you steak-hating person.
My good friend Clive over in the West is the same. Loves a well done steak. Not me.
Like a bit of char on the outside to give it a bit of flavour, and then the nice pink in the middle.
Katie down that forehand side now. It's the only option. Coming in pretty strong. He's looking to break him open. He's holding too much, and he's just punched into that back bowl. So 3 shots here currently being held by zone 9, and Katie with the bowl to go to correct that. I'm just quiet my voice down. It's the voice deliver. Chasing after it just to have a good look. He's pretty happy, and I would be too. I reckon that's going to sit there beautifully. Whew. Katie going down for a look. She's had a good sider with a with that last heavy shot. She knows what a bowl's likely to do at that weight. But a much harder prospect now. If she hits that front bowl, looks to me like Jack will kick out to the side. She's got 3 there, Brad's 3. It's hard to tell. Heavy shot to cut a few out, but then is there a draw? Can she see a draw shot?
Well, realistically, you can draw within 30 centimetres and not change the head.
On that head, yes. I think that I'm just going to, and again, as Lee said, just keep it down a bit while she's walking past. There's someone listening to our coaching.
Just got to make up her mind what shot she wants and then focus on that one objective. And she's going to go quickish again.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like. It is fast and narrow. It's got to turn. It's going to hit Brad. Oh, unlucky by Katie, I think. Played the right weight. Just a little wide. Wasn't very wide. Something I have to give Katie credit for that I think is varies a lot between players this age. Is she really does pay attention and sit back and go through a pre-match routine, or a pre-delivery routine at the mat. And Ethan just doing the same thing, having a good look before he gets on the mat. Lining up. Big opportunity here. They've already, if it's 4, they're already 1 up. Well, they're even. If he gets another one, then they're 1 ahead all of a sudden. Just looking to rest on Brad. Oh, wow, that's unlucky. And 4 it is. So really big end for zone 9. 9 all on 10, 5 ends to go. Just as you thought that zone 5 was kicking away, back they come with a vengeance in 1 end.
Change of commentator, change of fortune.
Isn't that funny how... No, don't be thinking that we were that important.
Twinky dink.
How amazing sometimes is this game. Momentum swings back the other way again.
Ask you to be quiet. Is there any chance that that little plastic thing will come out of the ceiling, the cone of silence?
The cone of silence. Was that from Get Smart, I think was the program back in the day?
I see Riley's continued his form.
Yeah, he's non-stop. He's just a unstoppable lead. It's unbelievable bowling.
Well, we had a comment on the last game that was the best 2x2x2x2 game they'd seen on a live stream for a long time. Hope you're watching now. You may just...
He said in 2 years. It's
you may just adjust your statement and say, wow, two in two games.
It's a good important bowl there by Brad at the back again. Just giving options. There's no point being short when the lead bowl's sitting right there. And look, he's done it again. This is precision lead bowling to the highest possible standard. That is fantastic bowling. And Brad on his forehand looking to lead, come around and rest Jack through or sit close. The back's almost just as good at this point. It's hard to go wrong when your lead's sitting up like that.
I reckon I could manage it.
What, to stuff it up?
And that old saying, which one's the danger bowl? One in your hand.
All of us are good at disappointing our
teammates
leads at some point. Oh, something's clicked here for the Zone 9 lads. They just found it. They've got it dialed in. Their last 6 bowls have been really, really quite wonderful.
Whereas in opposition, you just need to go, well, you know what? We've just got to knuckle down Try and win an end. Limit the damage. Don't get flustered.
Exactly. It is easy to get flustered. I was going to say there's a few back, and Riley, being a smart bowler he is, has said, come back here, protect this. Big red.
You know you're beaten when you think, wow, what have I got to do to get a shot?
Well, a lot of players, including me, just start running. It's almost panic bowls. Matty Blackburn's saying it's a huge end, this one, and he's right. They're holding 4.
Well, confirmation of our first semi-finalist, Illawarra Zone 16, will go through with courtesy of a 17-13 victory over Zone 4.
And Katie just missing there again. Look, the Zone 9 guys have 4 bowls within half a metre. And Zone 5 have everything back, but I still think they need a dead draw. I definitely think they just need a dead draw. They need one in that one close to the jack. Oh, they could be in trouble here. Don't want to drop another big score. Another big number would hurt with on the 11th end. And just calling for some cover here, and he looks like he's achieved that quite well, depending on weight. He's pushed maybe a bit hard. I don't think he's at the back of those bowls. All right, so Cody asking Brad to come through very heavy. Just confirming, hit him hard? Yes, I often do that too. I'm not sure how hard my skips want me to hit a bowl. Good line up, good wind up. He's down the line. He's cracked out the first 2. That's good for Zone 5, and that cleans out 2 of the 4 bowls they were holding. So pretty good hit there by Brad, and Ethan just lifting his head in disgust at that one. And yeah, it's very, very light. Very light indeed. That's a good 4 or 5 metres short, right on the line.
And again, it's not a bad time to put a ball when your opponent's having a run.
He was absolutely disgusted by it, but in the end, makes it harder. He's just got he's missed, and clean them out. And that means that Zone 5, incredibly, are holding 4 shots. After all that, but so much space, and you know that that these two can draw. This is going to be very, very intense here at this end. But yeah, Matty Blackburn saying got to get the tee covered. This one they do. There's no respots. They replay the end. So getting the tee covered's good, and getting the very back covered's good. If they kill it, goes the other way. So here comes Ethan. He's holding shot. Just a lot of room there. It's a pretty good draw bowl. Yeah, well done to Brad. They were 2 fantastic heavy shots. I didn't give them enough credit, and well done, Brad. Massive bowling. And now it's down to Katie's draw. Looks a little heavy to there. Yeah, it's just jumped around and sat in the back again. Got a handy second.
So the winner of this game will take on Jacob Aitken and Travis Moran in tomorrow's semi-final.
A pair of state reps.
And they will be on rink 6.
I'm just watching. I'd be repeating myself here if I was Ethan on that forehand. He played the first one really well. It's only a foot of draw he needs to adjust. So a pretty similar shot to be played, but then, all right, Katie, I think it'd be coming the other way. Oh, beautiful draw bowling. But
Definitely the other way now.
Yeah, definitely the other way now. It's a good shot.
Backhand reach.
But it's definitely there, and a little bit of a touch back, and there's a whole series of bowls, zone 5 bowls there waiting. We're all waiting for the clock to finish singing. It's a new feature at Warilla. They've got a weird little what would you call it?
Digital clock.
MS-DOS bass sound. Sounds like something from an Atari system every time it goes off every hour.
You can reach up here, either bowl, but first prize is the jack through the hole. You got 5, 6 waiting for it. I don't think you'll get all of them to count.
Oh, she's got a little weight on this. Oh, she's hit it. Is it dead? She's got to go through. Hit it very hard. I think that was a little stronger than they expected. Did give it a good crack though.
Probably still
and
one
it
down.
Is dead. Dead end.
Dead end. Well,
this is what we're talking about. Replay the end. So just ridiculously good bowling by both teams there. That went. The lead changed several times on the way through. Everyone drawing really well. Really beautiful heavy shots by Brad Farlow, and then by Katie. But a great display of draw bowling by the Zone 9 lads. And I'll just speak a little softer here because Riley's brought that mat right up, and it's right in front of us. Just really good, fluent delivery on all 4 of these bowlers. It's a high-quality game of bowls, and it's weird to say it, but that could be the furthest away I've seen him put his first bowl this whole game. And it's still pretty close. A remarkable bowler. Yes, and Brad's just matched him up at the back. It's easy to run out of superlatives at times when watching these this quality of game. And there it is. There's the correction. And once again, he's finished with 1 on, 1 behind. And the 1 on is a couple of inches away from Jack. And just in perfect position. That's insane lead bowling. You want to, coaches out there, if you ever want to use a video of how to be a good lead bowler, this is the video to watch. And Brad just matched him up there and pushed him through, but both in great touch, both of these lads. Well done. Ethan with his first bowl down on the backhand. Looks really quite a good bowl. Sitting in front. I think it put up a little short. Katie, a very, very easy, fluent delivery. Forehand shot.
So quick recap on the other rinks. It's 10-5 after 12, Zone 2 leading Zone 15. Zone 12 has defeated Zone 8. They were 10 shots up with 1 to play on the board. Zone 10 and Zone 6 have zeroed their board. Zone 6 was ahead 14-7 after 12. So we'll assume that Zone 6 has taken control there. Zone 16 has defeated Zone 4. And we are all the 9s, except for the ends.
All the 9s.
On 10 ends. 9, 9, 10.
Just Matthew Dart asking how good is this game? This game is exceptional. This is as good as bowls gets in my mind. And Dave Ferguson, yeah, it really is. The standard of the bowls is at its absolute peak. This game wouldn't be far off seeing in a Commonwealth Games competition or anything. This is just spectacular bowling by all four players. Brad Collins to settle. He's grabbed it as he kicked it back to his own. It looks dark down there. I can't really see. Yes, he has. He's pushed that across for 2. Wow. And Jamie Wayside, the old Currong boys. You're going to have to explain that one to me, mate. Jamie Wayside, a fantastic bowler down in Zone 7, one of my favourites.
I think he might be referring to the fact that the Scott-Branagans lived in Currong.
Did they really?
Quite a few moons ago.
Oh, no one lives in Currong anymore. It's a beautiful part of the world. They still run Jack Attack competitions. They've still got 2 good greens out there. But they're not affiliated with Bowls New South Wales at the moment. Love to see them come back. Ethan Riley, old Currong boys. There you go. Thanks, Jamie. Well done, Brad. That was good bowling.
Well, 5 ends to go. Really don't want to drop a count on this end.
Oh, a little bit of weight here. Oh, he's not happy. Just ducking under. Probably played a fair shot there. There's a lot of stuff to move around. He does only have 1 close, though. Not that it will affect the count, I don't think, but... Shot here by Katie. Cutting across the head a little. Yeah, nice. Fairly big weight too. Maybe looking out there. I can't see Jack heading out there, so maybe not super... Probably wouldn't be super happy with that bowl, but lots of discussion here by the lads. Just running into his own at the front there. wanted to get around and to the jack. Look, that's his last bowl. Zone 5 holding 2 here. 2, maybe 3. Wants to be careful. 3 is a big score here at this context. Looks like good weight to there. Might be about grass here. It's turning. Oof. Just laying out. It's a really good effort. And Brad pulling out those 3. Now they're having a close look at those 2 on the outside. 3 it was. 3 of Brad's. Brad Farlow having a pretty good night. His last couple of ends have been fantastic. Give that man some credit. He's a fine representative for Zone 5. And Alan Law telling me he's 55 years, started as a junior at 18 and impressed with all 4. You should be, mate. This is amazing bowling. Anyone who tells you that this is a game for old men or old women is kidding themselves. It is a game for them, but it's also a game for these guys and a game for us and a game for everyone. It's beautiful. This is Brad with an opportunity to set the tone for the rest of this end. 4 ends to go, 3-shot lead to Zone 5. And Brad finishing a couple of feet short there. Andrew next to me just updating the scores on Bowls Link. Remember, you can get all the results for these games on Bowls Link and the Bowls Now app, and I can't recommend it enough. Getting that Bowls Now app, not just have all the results, but it'll give you the articles and features and all the you can want from lawn bowls itself. Keep up with all the games going around. Brad coming down here on his forehand again and just drifting past. That's pretty accurate draw bowling. Excuse me, lead bowling. One on behind. Behind one's the most important one. Especially the way they're knocking Jack around at the moment. Oh no, he's immediately looks disappointed. We're starting to get some expression from the Zone 9 lads. That sounded too loud. That's his wildest lead end. Now, Riley?
Yes.
So the results starting to come in. The scorecards coming in. There's only 2 rinks left. That's this one and Zone 2 and versus Zone 15. They're also on 12 ends. Well, they're on 12 ends. This will be likely be the last rink in. A dead end. One dead end to slow it down. But here comes Katie on her forehand. Looks like she's... Oh, how's the weight? Oh, it's just going to drop in short. Well, they've got the grass dialed in, all of these players. Oh, wow. That's a fantastic bowl by Ethan. Drilling it around just in front, beating Brad's bowl there at the back and the front, and sitting just near Jack. Still open enough for everyone to get into, but a fantastic bowl nonetheless. Well, a little short there by Katie. That's uncharacteristic, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, technically 6 of those bowls have pulled in short on the line on this end. I wouldn't say it looks that much longer than what they have been playing, but the jack is right back on the tee. And the second bowl in here by Ethan has dropped in behind. That's 2 shots to the Zone 9 lads, and fantastic bowling by Ethan Scott-Branagan.
Well, you're 3 behind with 4 to play. That's what you want to do. Drop a couple on it. Place in tomorrow's semi-final up for grabs. Our other 3 semi-finalists are determined.
Well, Brad's pushed through that gap somehow and knocked on his own and pushed it forward. I still think Ethan's got 2. You're right, Matty. Quality from Ethan under pressure, exactly right. He's showing not just skills in bowls, but mental fortitude that we like to see in sports people. And look at that line on all the bowls, but the short bowls is really interesting. We haven't seen this all game. Brad putting a little bit more weight on. And punched into those. He didn't quite roll around and making a draw really hard at the moment. So here we go. We've still got Ethan holding 2. We're just looking at some moderation here at the moment on the comments. We're starting to get a few spammers on, and just a reminder not to engage with any links. Don't click on any links that aren't ours. They don't come from us at Bowls New South Wales. And don't pay for these streams. Oh, Katie's coming around. She's just not quite moved across enough to push onto Jack. And a little bit heavy has moved on past again. So 2 shots here at the moment for Zone 9. As I was saying, don't engage with the spammers and the scammers. Don't pay for these streams because we won't ask you to. He's running down in front of us just saying how that's a poor shot, but it wasn't that bad in the end. At the stand of this game, he's less than a metre short, and he's playing well. And Katie just trying to adjust some weight here by the looks. She's got some interest here from Brad, having a really good look. Got to get around that front one. Hasn't. Kicked it forward, in fact. Ouch, that hurts. I think that's 3 to the Zone 9 boys right now. And Ethan with another bowl. And this game, once again, seesaw. It's up and down. An opportunity to go 1 up here on the 12th end. So Ethan down on his forehand now, a chance to build and get that fourth shot. It's just run through by the looks. I'm going to say 3 here at the moment. 3 it is, and scores are tied. At the end of the 12th end, and this game just keeps delivering. There's a bit of tension showing on the faces now. That focus that they've had the whole game is getting underpinned by a little bit of knowledge of what comes next. And a similar length once again by Zone 9, a couple of minutes longer than it was last time. Jack all the way to the tee. Just watching Ryan Scott-Branagan's forehand delivery. So this is the third round of the State Junior Championships pairs. Zone 9 versus Zone 5. Riley and Ethan Scott-Branagan against Bradley Farlow and Katie Astley. And if you're just joining in, you're seeing a cracking match. One of the best games of bowls I've witnessed in a long time. And that's a great shot by Brad. Foot behind Jack, right on the line. And in the first 2 bowls, for most of this game, Riley's had the better of Brad, but Brad just picking his game up a bit over the last bit. That last end was a bit of an anomaly, we'd say, for the standard that these guys have been playing. But Brad's forehand there, just running back, protecting the back, has one on, one behind. But then so does Riley. And the way this game's been going, the Jack moving everywhere, anything could happen.
Certainly a bit of following for the Belrose boys on our Facebook feed. Steve Kerr, Matty Blackburn, and even Joe Saragosa chiming in.
Just running past a little there. At the right line. Had a lot of interest when he was watching it go down, but it just didn't quite stop. Cody's backhand. Oh, showing some interest. It's all about weight now. It's going to be close to Jack, I think. And just dropping right in front. That's brilliant bowling. These players again right in front of us, so my voice might be a little low at the moment. I don't want to interrupt the motion of them bowling. Here he goes on his forehand. He's just going to cut the line here. Weight probably wasn't there either. He's trying to adjust a bit from his last bowl, I think, and maybe I overdid it a bit. Cody then a backhand again. Hasn't made it this time. It's dropped in short, but it's one of those bad bowls that's probably a good bowl in the end. I think we were talking about that a little while ago, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's a blocker.
One that just cuts that ability to play that shot off.
Mm. Look at a good amount of people watching this from all over the state and around the country and around the world. No, we're really glad you're here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope we are enjoying the coverage as I keep my voice down low again. Superman bowls, those green aerodynamics. Just probably going to, looks like it's going to cross a bit early, bounce off Katie, and it has. Pump Katie up a little bit. We call there from Katie just for Brad to come in a little bit skinny on that hand. Cross the line and stop. That draw weight. Disappointed. But let's see what happens. That hand has been rotating a little bit, but not this time. It's going to the back. Yeah, might be handy. Still, he's got the two best back bowls there. Stewie Rigg watching his former Zone 9's pairs winner with Ethan, apparently, and Stewie Rigg jumping in immediately and getting all excited to see him. It's a good community, this, our bowls community. And there's that back bowl he wanted. And it's sitting off to the correct side as well, so protection needed here. It's tight. Building a big score is important, but tell you what, coverage might be worth more. So around it comes to cover that side, because that's where Jack's likely to go, and he's done that very, very well.
The danger is here that the Belrose boys try to create multiples and drop a big count. They're already a couple down. And that's exactly what Matty Blackburn's commenting on the Facebook feed.
Mm-hmm.
We're at whisper level now.
Barb, you're not wrong. The reading this hit is incredible. They're wise beyond their years. They're wise beyond my years. It's that's it. Lots of support here for Ethan as he's pushing down this one down his forehand. Looks narrow. He's got another one left. It'd be a good sider for him, but he's just sitting there with his next to his front one there. Getting a getting some support here outside of the text line for young Katie. She's a bit of a gun and will see her at the Australian Open next year most likely. Just some state players and other players around that I know. Down. No names, no court martials, as they say. But Katie's forehand here. There's a good draw around the that side. She's given it some pretty good grass here. No aero optimus, but that's, if nothing else, even if that doesn't count, and it's pretty close to counting, I think. That's a remarkable bowl. Really good positioning. Ethan's forehand, this is an important shot.
We could be as many as 4 down.
Yeah.
And with just 3 ends to go, and a semi-final berth on the line.
Oh, he's narrow.
And short. Definitely shot.
It's okay, just
definitely
to
2.
do the same thing.
Play safe line.
Now we can talk a bit louder now. Here goes Katie's forehand.
She's let it go.
Stand up to watch this. It's all about weight now. Brad calling it the hurry. Oh, it's dropped in short.
1, 2, 3.
Now the questions get asked. 4 it is. Wow.
That's huge.
All right. Yeah, big 4. Massive 4 in the context of this game and with the importance the way it is.
And look, I think if the boys watch this game back, they'll look at that end and go, that's where we let them in.
Yep, that's where we dropped it.
The important thing now is they've got to recover from that and go, well, let's make sure we don't lose this end. We want to win this end, get a couple maybe.
Yep, little multiple here, little couple. Just a small number, but better than 1. And I'll see how we go. They'll be on their way, so the game's still very much on. There's been a few multiples scored, hasn't been 1 for 1 for 1.
And Brad Farlow, good starter.
Mm-hmm.
Matty Blackburn says, come on, 3 here and a 2 on the last. Well, it's not out of the realms of possibility.
That's it. Well, in 13 ends, only 5 of them have been singles. The rest have been 2s, 3s and 4s. So possibility here for another score, but Warilla needs to be up. Brad has these 1 on, and now he has his 1 behind. And essentially, with 2 ends to go, all the they can afford to drop a 1 in zone 5, and a 1 either way, either down or up, is good for them. That's a good correction by Riley.
Well, the 1 down gives them a 3-shot lead with 1 to play and last bowl. But I think if I was them, I'd prefer to pick up a 3.
Yeah, you want that 3 to start, so you only have to get 2 in the next end. That's what Matty Blackburn said there.
Well, if I'm the zone 5 guys, I want to score. Even a 1, I'd be happy to get a 2, ecstatic to get a 3, over the moon to get a 4, and cheering for a 5.
Matty Blackburn there trying to get himself in trouble.
Well,
here comes Cody again.
So you've got plaudits from Kate Carriage, who is a good bowler in her own right. A former New South Wales Bowler of the Year, saying I played 3rd for her in the
that's right.
Pennants, grade 2, Phil Pratt.
Yeah.
Won all 4 zone championships in the 1 year, and won the state 4s and the Australian 4s.
On years and years, some kudos for Katie.
I look forward to seeing Kate play in the Fig Tree in the state finals too.
Oh yeah, that's going to be good fun.
I would absolutely looking forward to that. I think it's a fantastic opportunity. Of course, that final would be semi-final and final. She'd get to play at Figgy. Not sure whether she's drawn to play at Tarogi or Wiseau's, but one of those.
Taj Gormley there. Go Riley. He's playing pretty well, mate. He's sitting here singing Cody's praises, but I can tell you, Brad Farlow is... Oh, look at that. By Ethan, as I'm standing here talking about how good all 4 of these players are. Ethan's dropped 1 just off Jack. And there's that... I think that's 2 now they've got over there, and a big opportunity to get back that 4 they dropped a second ago. But Riley and Ethan, Scott-Branagan, have played remarkable games with amazing focus. They know each other pretty well, like only brothers can, I guess. They know each other's games, know their strengths, and then on the other hand, Brad Farlow and Katie Astley. Brad Farlow's been there the whole time in the most ridiculous way, and Katie Astley's just playing like an Australian champion. It's the best way to put it.
So if you are loving the streams, of course, don't forget, tomorrow morning, 9:45 a.m, semi-final. One of those two teams will be in that semi. Not on our stream, though. They'll be on the adjacent rink. And then the final, roughly 3 hours later.
So Brad's just running his first shot through, looking to move Ethan off the jack there. Good choices, as we said. One shot down is not bad. Multiples are a bit rough for zone 5. And here comes Riley looking to add to it. Oh, that's pretty close. So I can't see how far back Brad is there, but compared to that one at the front, but they've at least got two. The pair from zone 9. Brad having another run. Is it going to cross the line at the right spot? It looks like it is to me. Cleans that bowl out, exposes Jack. Looking to sit that bowl out for a big multiple now on his backhand. That was the call. He's playing with a bit of weight to do so. Interest from the skipper. It's not going to... Oh, it didn't get down in time, but it's finished in a pretty handy spot in the end for any jack movement. Now Cody's got they're calling for a little draw shot to move Jack across to Brad's bowl and tuck it away. It's great being able to sit here and listen to their conversations as they run past. These teenagers have got a lot to teach me. I guess that's the value of watching these streams and the value of sitting here next to them for me, if nothing else. Just watch out Husky Bowling Club when they come back down. And Cody's bowl, just got to pull up a bit. It looks strong. It is strong, but it's in a pretty good home. I still don't know if it's one or two. It's at least one to the zone 9.
Still the same aim for Ethan. Just got to reach that blue bowl on the backhand. Roll it back a metre or so. Well, he's watching it. He's chasing it.
Oh, he's got to watch it dive. It's got to dive. Oh.
Well, it's a good result, though. It's got that other ball out.
Yeah, he's asking, where's the turn gone as he goes back? He maybe a bit weighty to ask for any turn. That hand hasn't turned as much as this hand. Weirdly on a synthetic green. Is Katie sticking to her forehand again? Which is the logical spot.
Well,
and short. That's not going to get there. Big shot coming by Ethan. Dawny Heyman, bowls legend on the feed now. Saw her at the Australian Open mentoring. I think it was Reese from Marimbula. Good to see you here, Dawny. Yeah, big shot now. You're right, Andy. Good amount of focus. Having a look down. Hasn't even picked up his bowl yet.
Gets this one right in the middle. Stays for maybe 5. Not quite as quick.
Yeah, not quite as quick. Watching hard.
Seems to be dying.
He's disappointed, and it's cut across the head. With all that weight gone. Well, they're doing their circle work. This is the seconds dance. Well, excuse me, the lead stance. Measures out. Lockie Green, I'm your biggest fan. Good on for Riley. Good on you, Lockie. That's 1 to zone 5. Last end coming, and absolute world of work to do here for those lads now.
Well, if the Belrose boys manage to get a 5 on this end, I think we'll hear the cheer at Belrose from here.
The roof will lift off, without a doubt. Here in my mind, it will echo. So Brad running the Jack the full length, tee to tee, and putting his first bowl right back. That's clever play. I want his next one to sit on it. That's what these boys do not want to be short now.
Yeah, so Belrose actually, they need a 6.
Tie not good enough?
No, tie is not good enough for the Belrose boys. A draw will mean they miss out by a 2-shot differential.
Mm.
And on plus a 9 compared to the Brad and Katie on plus 11. So a draw, that means that wouldn't change.
And Brad, this is the follow-up he wanted. One on and one behind. That's pretty much perfect lead bowling at that point. He might have wanted that a little closer, but shouldn't be disappointed by any means. And Riley doing a similar thing. He's not pulling up short, or he is maybe, but close to Jack. Tough to make it 6 when you have a short bowl.
Well, in honesty, your next 6 got to count.
Mm-hmm. There's Jake McHutchison watching there from Yamba. My good mate Glenn Dixon there working there, and my other great mate of mine, Jason Pinnock. Lachlan Green from Kolar.
I think that should be Mount Kohler.
For my collar, yeah. Mount Collar, there you go. I'll figure that out. But Katie again with just that characteristic, smooth, fluent delivery. Running in here, just sitting just short of Riley's bowl.
Well, it's not too bad. Next one, need just put a yard on it.
Mm.
Great bowl.
That's a fantastic shot. I'm staggered he managed to roll that around. Probably actually only just looking to promote Riley's bowl, but it's done better. Sitting near Jack. I've got to build them all next to it. And the other little tactical things that I might have been doing is building as many bowls as I can at the back in one spot and trying to move Jack to it. But good shot there by Katie.
Excellent,
right up.
Excellent result.
Exactly. Second and third shot. Fantastic bowling.
I'm going to be staying right away for it for a while.
From the head, yeah, I'd be jumping back and making sure that the back's covered. Second and third shot will win the game.
Yeah,
well, that's a short bowl by Ethan. I think their only option now is to kill it and start again. Which is why the back bowls now will be important. Bailey Thompson. We love these Belrose boys. Listening in from B-Town. Well, they'll be disappointed for the loss, but geez, they played a good game. Unless we find a 6 out of this, which is... oh, here comes the big shot. Just missing to the narrow side. Looking to the sky, or looking to the roof in this place. And wondering what else could go wrong. They haven't done much wrong. Brad putting one in short and across. Riley's second ball. Whoa. Well, it's cleaned out the passage to Jack there for the kill. So Ethan with a couple of, thinking, I think, like you and I are, that the kill's the only option, and he's got 2 shots to do it.
Zone 5, trying to work out what to do.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Irrespective of who wins, a great game. I couldn't agree more with you at all. This is, again, we get to sit sometimes in a privileged position and watch these games. I've seen some amazing bowls, amazing sporting achievements by people from this seat. And this game sits right up there with the best I've seen. And Katie Astley, future superstar in my mind. And I don't think I'm the only one thinking that. She'll be wearing a Jackaroo's jacket at some point. Oh, here comes the quick one. Oh, he's cut across. One more to do it. That went down like a rocket. And just gently kicked his brother's bowl across a foot at that pace. I think it's remarkable that can happen.
I think I was Katie here. I actually would be trying to move the jack.
Yeah, tuck it around somewhere.
I would be just prying up through my own bowl. Either that or dropping one on the centre line, 10 feet short.
Well, this one, what did we say she wanted to do? just drew him off, Jack. The faces of the people around us at the moment. Just the staggering skill of this young lady.
Well, I think she's also made it almost impossible to kill.
Yeah, just straight in front. And
that'll do.
That's enough. That's one for Zone 5 and the game. And if you can't... I still can't believe Katie's last shot there. That's the most amazing thing. Congratulations to all 4 players there. Congratulations to their zones and their clubs for bringing up and developing such absolutely fine players. That was magnificent. A magnificent night to watch a great game of lawn bowls, Andrew.
Fantastic game, and we look forward to seeing these guys in the semi-finals tomorrow morning, 9:45 a.m.
Exactly. I'm going to get you a packet of throat lozenges, and and we'll be back tomorrow morning before 10 o'clock, so 9:45. Get your notifications put up for Bowls New South Wales if you want them. We can't wait to have you all here again. This is the State Junior Championships from Warilla Bowling Club. I'm Ben Crixtolitis. Andrew Lynn, thanks very much.
It's a good night from me.
And as well, it's a good night from him. Thanks. See you guys.